Hey, what's up, Art Nation? Today we'll be taking a look at the Wes Craven's new nightmare, Freddy Krueger from NECA. It's not the first time NECA reviewing a Freddy Krueger figure from NECA. We actually have 3 already. This is the 4th one. This is Wes Craven's new nightmare, Freddy Krueger, so it shows how Freddy Krueger actually looks like in Wes Craven's new nightmare movie. We're not gonna talk about the movie. We're just gonna focusing on the figure. Even though the movie is a little bit to the boring side, but this figure is just great. So we're gonna take a look at the package. The package is very nice. It's very thick plastic, so it's definitely protecting the figure from any damage. It has part 2 Freddy Krueger here, and Wes Craven New Nightmare poster. And somehow they decided to put a Nightmare on Elm Street on the top when it's actually Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but whatever. It includes fedora and interchangeable demon head. If you want to read that, you can just pause it because it's cool writing, so you can pause it and you can read it yourself. NECA real toys. So we're gonna crack this thing open, so don't go anywhere. We're gonna having a closer look at Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Freddy Krueger. Stay tuned. Out of the package, Freddy Krueger never looks this cool. So before we go to the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. First, you get yourself a fedora. This fedora, I don't know, the camera kind of catch the color a little bit brown, but in real life it's actually a little bit olive drab green, and it's very pliable. It's very rubbery. I love it. You can stick it on the figure's head very easily. In fact, I'm gonna compare this to the other Freddy Krueger fedora. Here's the part 1. Part 1 is black, and the fedora shape is also a little bit different. Gonna get that close up. Great detail, great detail. And then the part 6. Get that to focus, please. Doesn't want to focus, sorry about that. Okay, here's the part 3 fedora. There you go. So it's all the fedora that we have in the figure. So there it is. That's part 6, part 1, part 3, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So that's all the fedora. So now we're gonna look at the demon head. Now the demon head is a very short cameo in the end. I don't think this is really necessary, but the details, I can really enjoy the details. Details is amazing, and it's very creepy looking head. It's very demonic with white eyes. Look at the paint details on it. It's very awesome. Very cool head. Number 3. So now we're gonna take a look at the figure. Alright. The face sculpt. This one grab that I have. It's looking to the side, the eyes. I don't know why NECA decided to do that. I think it's much cooler if it's looking to the front, but I don't know. But the sculpt is very nice. It's very detailed, and I think they going back to the drawer and then decided to change the sculpt of the Freddy head or the makeup based on the part 1, which has that hanging flesh and open scar, but it doesn't look like it was burned. It looks like that the skin is peeled off from the head. It's really weird. And the color is very different. It has less detail on the Wes Craven's New Nightmare than the part 1. In fact, the demon head have more detail than the Freddy head himself. Which is kinda shame, because this is what we need for Freddy, not this one. But this one has a lot more detail, the makeup, than this one. But what are we gonna do about it? So take a look at that. It has tendons and opening sores. Let it focus. See that eyes? It bothers me a lot. But it's good. It's a good sculpt. It's very, very accurate to the movie. The sweater is swapped. The color, it's like the green is the main color, and then the red stripes. It's different than the other figure. Yeah, gonna compare that. See that? It was the red first, and then the green, and continues. But this one is the green first, and then the red. So it's kind of swap. This like the red with the green stripe. This like a green with red stripes, which is very interesting. The trench coat, just like in the movie, it also has stripes inside the trench coat. Very, very nice trench coat actually. Freddy Krueger looks very evil in this movie, but it's too bad. The movie is kind of trashy. The hand is the same sculpt as the other Freddy, but it's much thicker. In fact, I'm gonna compare that to this hand. See how much it's different? The one in here is a much skinnier hand, but the sculpt is the same. But this one is the prosthetic make it look much bigger. But it's a very, very detailed hand. Actually, I kind of like it. It's more like open flesh. I love it. I love this hand. And we go to this hand. It has the claw hand, which is, I love it. It's very scary looking. A little bit caution. This could be fragile. But the blades are not warped at all. Just packaged nicely. I don't have to do any warm water into the blades because it's all straight. I love it. Might gonna give a little bit modification on it, like giving the red cables, you know, like in the Wes Craven's New Nightmare movie. It has that red cables, like tendons on the skeleton that connects to the wrist. This Freddy wearing tire pants, also wearing Vietnam jungle boots, which is ridiculous. But yeah. Now I'm gonna talk about the articulation. It has a ball joint head. You can look up that much, very nice. You can look down that much. You can tilt. Also, it has a pin and socket shoulder, which is a very, very tight joint. You can rotate, and you can move up and down. It can move the elbow. It's also rotate. Very, very tight joints. It's still new, you know. And it has ball jointed head. It's a ball jointed head. You can rotate it. Same as this one. I wouldn't mess with this hand too much because I'm afraid the blade's gonna broke off. I've seen some reviewers have their blades broke off, which is kind of shame, but that's why I don't want to mess with this around too much. It has a swivel on the waist. This is the new articulation, just like the Ultimate Freddy, which has that. And then you can move the leg. It's complete split. I love it. You can kick out that much to the front and that much to the back. It's kind of hindered with the trench coat. You also can move the knees. The knees is very, very tight. Ugh. 75 degrees. Also you can rotate. Also rotate on the boots. Does the boots actually rotate? I don't think it doesn't. Ah, it does rotate actually. But it's kind of tight. See that? It's very tight joint. Also you get the ankle pivot. I love the ankle pivot. Also I can move back and forth. So overall, it's a very nice figure. So shame the movie is not very good. If the movie is really good, because the Freddy in this movie is very evil and very dark compared to the part 5, part 6 and part 4. This Freddy is perfect, but the makeup, the script, the movie is bad. I wish the movie is much better, but oh, I also mentioned that this head sculpt and the neck has the same color. Kinda glad that I have that, because I've seen reviewers have the neck and the head have different colors. Sometimes this neck color is much lighter than the head, but I like it. Let's put the fedora on. Oh, Freddy looks cool like that. See that? Ah, oh, that's so evil looking. So, alright, let's try to make it stand up, Freddy, please. Right, here you go, stand up, Freddy. And we're gonna compare it to the first Nightmare Freddy. Let's see how much the height is. Okay, as you can see, the height is pretty same, even though it's wearing boots, but the height of the boots and this one, it's still same. Right, so we have like four Freddy figures. That's really cool. So welcome to the crew, Junior. Oh, also another thing, the Freddy head on Wes Craven New Nightmare is like a squared head than this one. This one is much more oval. This like the jaw is very pronounced and it's like a squared head. So here's the Wes Craven's New Nightmare Freddy, and compare to the real size Freddy Krueger glove, compared to the real size Freddy Krueger. Ah, that's genius. See how much the figure stands. It's a 6-inch figure. Awesome looking. So there you go. There's Wes Craven's New Nightmare Freddy for you. I'm so glad that I can get this from NECA. It's fresh from the store. It's fresh from my toy store, local toy store. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Today we're taking a look at Wes Craven's New Nightmare Freddy Krueger from NECA. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Give a like to this video and subscribe. So I see you guys next time.